Your soulmate is about to confess who they really want to marry. And their family already knows. My beloved child, something has shifted behind the scenes, and the truth your heart has been waiting for is closer than you realize. Your soulmate is preparing to confess who they truly want to marry, but here is the part you were never supposed to know this soon: their family already knows. Yes, conversations have already happened when you were nowhere around. Your name has entered a room you have never stepped into. Questions have been asked. Feelings have been noticed. And one person in their family understood what was happening before your soulmate could even admit it out loud. Don't skip, because the confession itself is only the beginning. For a long time, your soulmate tried to keep this feeling private. They thought they could wait until everything made perfect sense. They thought time would make the decision easier. Instead, every passing day made one truth harder to ignore. Whenever they imagined their future, the same person kept appearing in it. Whenever someone mentioned marriage, their thoughts quietly moved in one direction. And recently, someone close to them finally noticed. They asked a simple question that changed the entire conversation: is there already someone in your heart? Your soulmate tried to avoid giving everything away, but their expression answered before their words could. That was the moment their family realized this was not a temporary feeling. Something huge is waiting for you, because what happened after that question brought your soulmate closer to a decision they can no longer hide. Stay till the end, because the family conversation became far more surprising than your soulmate expected. Instead of dismissing what they felt, someone in their family began asking about the person who had affected them so deeply. What makes this person different? Why do you become quiet whenever their name comes up? Why have you waited so long to say what you really feel? Your soulmate did not have perfect answers, because some feelings cannot be explained with a neat sentence. They could only describe the strange peace they feel when thinking about this person, the way ordinary moments suddenly seem meaningful, and the way the future feels incomplete whenever they imagine walking into it without them. Then came the question that stopped everything: if you had to choose today, who would you choose? For a few seconds, your soulmate said nothing. But inside, the answer was immediate. There was no list of possibilities. There was no confusion. There was one person. One connection. One name sitting at the center of everything they had been trying not to reveal. Don't skip, because their family noticed that silence, and instead of needing an explanation, they understood. One family member even said something your soulmate had secretly wanted to hear: then why are you still hiding it? Those words stayed with them. And from that moment forward, the question was no longer whether they should reveal their feelings. The question became when something huge is waiting for you, because the next part of this story is where everything begins to move. Your soulmate has started imagining the actual conversation, the moment they finally stop speaking in hints and say exactly what has been sitting in their heart. They have replayed different versions of it again and again, but every version leads toward the same confession: the person they truly want beside them is the person they cannot stop thinking about. And their family knows this confession is coming. That is why certain conversations around them have suddenly changed. That is why questions about the future feel more serious now. That is why your soulmate has become unusually thoughtful whenever commitment is mentioned. They are no longer trying to understand what they feel. They understand it. What they are trying to find now is the courage to make it known. Stay till the end of this journey, because there is still one detail their family discovered that your soulmate never intended anyone to notice, and that detail explains why this marriage confession suddenly feels so close. The biggest surprise is not simply that your soulmate knows who they want to marry. It is that someone in their family may already know exactly who that person is, and what they said about this connection changed the way your soulmate sees everything that could happen next. Something changed the moment your soulmate realized their family had figured out more than they ever intended to reveal. What was once a private feeling suddenly became impossible to hide, because one person in their family noticed a pattern that nobody else had paid attention to. Every time the future was mentioned, your soulmate became thoughtful. Every time marriage entered the conversation, there was a pause before they answered. And whenever someone asked whether there was a special person behind that silence, their entire energy seemed different. Don't skip, because this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Their family did not discover the truth because your soulmate gave them a name. They discovered it because your soulmate had already been behaving like someone whose heart had chosen. One family member finally looked at them and asked, "You already know who you want, don't you?" Your soulmate tried to smile it away, but they could not. That tiny moment revealed everything. They had spent so long convincing themselves that they still needed time, yet suddenly someone else could see the answer written all over them. Stay till the end, because what their family said next made your soulmate realize that waiting forever could cost them the future they secretly wanted. There is another detail they have kept completely private, and it explains why this confession has become so important. Your soulmate has imagined what life would look like years from now, and every time they picture the person standing beside them through ordinary mornings, celebrations, difficult decisions, peaceful evenings, and unforgettable milestones, the same presence keeps returning to their mind. They are not thinking only about a beautiful moment, they are thinking about an entire life. Something huge is waiting for you, because their family finally asked the question your soulmate had been avoiding asking themselves: if this person matters that much, what are you waiting for? That question stayed in their mind long after the conversation ended. Suddenly, all the excuses they had used began feeling smaller. Waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting until they felt completely ready. Waiting for some unmistakable sign. None of those reasons could erase what they already knew. Their family had seen enough to understand that this was not ordinary curiosity or a passing thought. Your soulmate was emotionally building a future around someone they had not yet openly chosen. And now they are beginning to understand something powerful. Sometimes the confession does not create the decision. Sometimes the decision has already been made inside the heart, and the confession simply brings it into the open. But stay till the end, because there is still one family conversation your soulmate cannot stop replaying. Someone close to them quietly said that when a person keeps returning to your thoughts even while everything else in life changes, you should pay attention to what that means. Your soulmate went silent, because they immediately knew who came to mind. Then came an even bigger surprise. Their family member told them they had noticed how differently your soulmate speaks when discussing this particular connection, more carefully, more sincerely, almost as though every word matters. Don't skip, because that observation pushed your soulmate towards something they had been postponing: honesty. They are now thinking about how to reveal the truth without hiding behind vague words. They want the person they choose to understand that this is not an impulsive thought. It has grown quietly through time, through distance, through unanswered questions, and through moments when your soulmate tried to focus on everything except what their heart kept returning to. Something huge is waiting for you, because their family knows the confession is getting closer, but there is one thing even they do not fully know yet. Your soulmate has already imagined the exact first sentence they want to say when that moment finally arrives, and once those words are spoken, there may be no going back to silence. The silence is almost over, because your soulmate has reached the point where keeping this truth hidden feels harder than finally saying it. Don't skip, because something happened after that family conversation that changed the way they see you and their future. They went back through memories they thought they had already understood, small conversations, unexpected moments, the times your presence stayed in their mind longer than they wanted to admit. And suddenly, those memories looked different. They realized this connection was not created in one dramatic moment. It had been building quietly, piece by piece, until your soulmate could no longer imagine their future without wondering whether you would be standing somewhere inside it. Stay till the end, because the most surprising part is that their family noticed this before your soulmate was ready to admit it. One person close to them asked a question that left them completely speechless. If that person appeared in front of you today and asked what you truly wanted, would you finally tell them? Your soulmate knew the answer immediately. Yes. No more pretending they needed endless time. No more hiding behind uncertainty. They know who their heart keeps choosing, and now they are preparing themselves for the moment when that choice becomes words. Something huge is waiting for you, because your soulmate has been thinking far beyond a simple confession. In their private thoughts, they have started asking questions about commitment, timing, family, and what it would actually mean to build a life with the person they truly want. That is exactly why their family has become part of this story. They are not hearing about a random attraction, they are witnessing someone becoming serious about their future. Don't skip, because one family member recently said something your soulmate did not expect. You speak about this person like you have already made your choice. Those words stayed with them. Your soulmate realized they had been waiting for some enormous sign while giving away the truth in countless little ways. Their face changed when this person was mentioned. Their voice softened. Their attention became sharper. They remembered tiny details that should have been easy to forget. And when they pictured marriage, they were no longer imagining a faceless future. There was someone specific in their thoughts. Stay till the end, because that realization created another question. If their heart already knows, why has their voice remained silent? Your soulmate finally understands that silence cannot protect this connection forever. At some point, the person they want deserves to know how deeply they have been considered. And now comes the detail that could change the entire direction of this story. Your soulmate's family may know more about the identity of this person than your soulmate realizes. Someone has connected the clues, the timing, the repeated stories, the unexplained smiles, the moments of silence, and the way one particular connection keeps returning to every conversation about the future. Something huge is waiting for you, because instead of confronting your soulmate directly, this family member has been watching quietly, waiting for them to become ready. Your soulmate senses it too. They can feel that the secret is barely a secret anymore. Don't skip, because this is pushing them toward the confession faster than anything else could. They have started rehearsing what they would say, not a perfect speech, not complicated promises, but something simple and undeniable. They want to admit that among all the possibilities they considered, one person became impossible to replace in their vision of tomorrow. Stay till the end of this journey, because before they finally reveal who they want to marry, their family is about to ask one final question, and your soulmate's answer could expose the name they have protected for so long. Now the question they were hoping to avoid has finally arrived, and this time your soulmate cannot hide behind silence. Someone in their family looked directly at them and asked, "If you already know who you want beside you, why haven't you told them?" For a moment, everything became still. Don't skip, because your soulmate's answer revealed something nobody expected. They were not silent because they were confused about whom they wanted. They were silent because this connection mattered so much that they wanted the confession to be real, clear, and impossible to misunderstand. They admitted that there is one person who keeps appearing whenever they imagine the years ahead. One person whose presence feels different from everyone else. One person they have tried to push from their thoughts, only to realize that the feeling returns even stronger. Stay till the end, because their family immediately understood what those words meant. Your soulmate had already made the emotional choice. The only thing missing was the moment when the person at the center of that choice finally heard the truth. Then a family member asked something even more powerful: if you waited too long and this person moved forward without you, would you regret staying silent? Your soulmate could not answer quickly, because that question reached the exact place they had been avoiding. And in that silence, they finally understood that waiting was no longer making things easier. Something huge is waiting for you, because after that conversation, your soulmate stopped thinking about whether they should confess and started thinking about how they would do it. They imagined sitting across from the person they truly want, looking directly at them, and finally saying what has remained hidden for so long. They do not want to speak in confusing hints anymore. They want their words to carry the weight of everything they have quietly realized. This is the person they think about when marriage is mentioned, the person they imagine beside them when life changes, and the person their family has already noticed without needing to hear the full story. Don't skip, because there is another surprising detail. One member of their family has actually encouraged them to stop waiting for perfection. They reminded your soulmate that the most meaningful conversations rarely arrive exactly as planned. That changed something inside them. Suddenly, they were not searching for the perfect day anymore. They were searching for courage. Stay till the end, because they have even begun imagining what they will do immediately after the confession. They know the answer might change everything, but for the first time, that possibility is not making them retreat. It is making them more certain that the truth deserves to be spoken, and here is where everything becomes even more intense. Their family believes they already know who this person is. They have pieced together details your soulmate never realized they were revealing, the stories repeated more than once, the sudden change in expression when one person is mentioned, the way your soulmate remembers tiny moments connected to them, and the unusual seriousness that appears whenever commitment enters the conversation. Don't skip, because one family member may soon say the name out loud before your soulmate does. Imagine that moment, the secret they guarded so carefully suddenly sitting openly in the room. Your soulmate has thought about what they would do if that happens, and deep inside they know they may not deny it anymore. Something huge is waiting for you, because this story is moving toward the moment when hiding becomes impossible. Your soulmate knows who they want to marry. Their family knows their heart has chosen someone. And now there is only one person who still needs to hear the full confession, the person your soulmate has been preparing themselves to face. Stay till the end, because what your soulmate plans to reveal after admitting who they want could be even more surprising than the confession itself. The moment they have been preparing for is closer than anyone realizes, because your soulmate has finally stopped asking themselves whether this feeling is real. Now they are asking a completely different question: how do I tell this person that I have been imagining a future with them? Don't skip, because their answer has changed dramatically. At first, your soulmate thought they needed a long explanation. They wanted to explain every hesitation, every quiet moment, every reason they waited. But after everything their family said, they realized the strongest confession may actually be the simplest one. They want to look at the person who has occupied their thoughts and finally admit, "When I think about who I truly want beside me, I keep coming back to you." Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Their family knows this conversation is coming, and one person close to your soulmate has already told them something unforgettable. When you know someone matters, don't make them guess forever. Those words completely changed your soulmate's thinking. They suddenly understood that the person they care about may have no idea how serious these feelings have become. While your soulmate has been imagining commitment, marriage, and an entire future, the other person may still be wondering whether they matter at all. That realization hit harder than anything else, because your soulmate never wanted their silence to look like indifference, but something even more surprising happened afterward. Your soulmate began remembering the exact moment when their feelings stopped being ordinary. It was not necessarily some enormous event. It may have been a simple conversation, an unexpected kindness, a moment of understanding, or the realization that this person could see something inside them that others often missed. Don't skip, because from that point onward, your soulmate started comparing every idea of the future to how it would feel with this person beside them. They imagined celebrations and immediately wondered whether this person would be there. They thought about important decisions and wondered what this person would say. They imagined building a home filled with ordinary moments and realized those ordinary moments felt meaningful only when the right person was inside the picture. Stay till the end, because their family noticed this pattern too. One relative quietly told them, "You don't talk about anyone else this way." Your soulmate could not argue. That sentence exposed the difference they had been trying to hide. This was never about choosing between endless possibilities. Their heart had already narrowed the future down to one connection. Something huge is waiting for you, because the family member who seems to understand them best has now encouraged them to reveal not only who they want, but why they chose that person, and that why may become the most powerful part of the confession. Your soulmate does not want to choose someone because everything looks perfect from the outside. They want the person who makes them feel understood when no performance is necessary, the person whose presence stays meaningful even in silence, the person they can imagine growing alongside rather than simply standing beside. Don't skip, because your soulmate has realized that marriage, in their heart, is not one beautiful day. It is thousands of ordinary days shared with someone they would still choose when nobody is watching. And when they asked themselves who they wanted in those ordinary days, the answer became clearer than ever. Stay till the end of this journey, because their family may soon hear that answer directly. Your soulmate is reaching the moment where someone could ask them one final time, "Tell us who it is." And this time, they are not planning to change the subject. They are not preparing another excuse. They are preparing to say the truth they have protected for so long. Something huge is waiting for you, because once that identity is finally spoken aloud, your soulmate intends to reveal one more secret, the private decision they have already made about what they want to happen next. The secret is standing at the edge of becoming real, because your soulmate has made a private decision that even their family does not completely understand yet. Don't skip, because this is bigger than simply admitting who they want to marry. After all the questions, all the hesitation, and all the moments when they tried to convince themselves they needed more time, your soulmate has decided they do not want this connection to remain trapped inside their imagination. They want movement. They want honesty. They want the person who has quietly become part of every picture of their future to finally understand what they mean to them. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Recently, your soulmate was asked one simple question: what would you do if you knew this person felt the same way? Their reaction revealed everything. They did not talk about waiting another year. They did not say they would need endless time to think. Instead, their mind immediately moved toward commitment. That surprised even them. It proved that the hesitation was never about whether they wanted this person. The hesitation was about whether they were ready to reveal just how serious their feelings had become. And now that fear of being misunderstood is slowly being replaced by something stronger, the desire to finally be known. What their family discovered next made this even harder to hide. Someone close to your soulmate realized that they have already imagined conversations that normally happen much later. They have wondered what kind of future this person wants. They have thought about whether their dreams could fit together. They have pictured important family moments and quietly imagined this person being there. Don't skip, because when someone in their family noticed this, they asked, "You're not just thinking about telling them you care, are you?" Your soulmate became silent. That silence was the answer. They are thinking much further ahead. Something huge is waiting for you, because your soulmate wants their confession to make one thing unmistakably clear: they are not speaking because of one emotional moment. This has been growing through countless quiet realizations. Stay till the end, because their family has started understanding why your soulmate has been so careful. The person they want is not someone they see as a temporary chapter. In their mind, this person has become connected to the future itself. That is why every word matters. That is why they have rehearsed the conversation. That is why they have stopped themselves from speaking before they were ready. But now the waiting is beginning to feel heavier than the confession. And here is the revelation your soulmate has not said aloud yet: they have already decided what they want to ask after they confess their feelings. Don't skip, because this changes everything. They do not simply want to reveal a name and walk away. They want to know whether the future they have imagined could become something both people choose together. Their family senses that this is where everything is heading, and one person has quietly told them, when you finally speak, speak from your heart and let the answer come naturally. Your soulmate has carried those words with them. Stay till the end, because the moment they have feared for so long is beginning to look like the moment they need most. They are almost ready to stop hiding behind possibilities and reveal who has been at the center of their thoughts. Something huge is waiting for you, because their family may already know the identity, your soulmate already knows the choice, and the only unfinished piece is the confession itself. When that moment arrives, they want to say more than, "I choose you." They want to explain why, after everything they considered and every future they imagined, their heart kept returning to the same person, and why they are finally ready to find out whether that person sees the same future too.